Alrighty, good afternoon ladies and gentlemen. It is technically 5:54 PM, which means it's 6 minutes away from good evening, but whatever, it's still good afternoon, so we'll be saying good afternoon. And good afternoon, it is the semi-finals of the Hairy Bash. Number 3 is the second set of semi-finals, so Arthur's already kicked Petraeus' ass in the first semi-final, and now we're going to see if Petraeus can do the same to Iaguz. So Iaguz hasn't been cast previously, hasn't been knocked up for any of the previous Hairy Bashes. He showed up in this one and has made his way to the semi-finals, and now he's going off against what is almost certainly the favourite of the entire tournament, Petraeus, who is over here up the top right side of the map, and for some reason likes playing as yellow. I think he did this previous tournaments as well. I'm not sure why, but maybe it's like his lucky colour or something. I mean, it does match these little star things. I mean, stars are technically white, but if you get close enough, they're like yellow and stuff like that. And I guess Petraeus is a bit of a star in his own right. So there we go. And meanwhile, Iaguz is blue. And what has he got? He's got a like tribal symbol or something like that. So he's a very, very sad tribal dude. Which, I don't know. He will be sad if he loses this game, because that means he's down to the third place matchup, heading off against Petraeus. And yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see that. And then Petraeus will, of course, be happy. He's happy already, man. I mean, look at this. He's a star. Look at that guy. He's a star. So we'll see exactly what happens. We've got a very, very fast base coming down after the barracks. But we do have some Reapers coming out. The Overlord did see the Reapers. Very, very nice. We're going to see a reactor coming down and a factory almost certainly when we get 100 gas. So Iaguz going for the same game plan that he did last game. We will see how it works out this game. I'm guessing it's going to work out pretty well. He's actually got the reactor maybe a little bit earlier than he did. I can't tell, but should be able to get a couple of Marines out before he needs to transplant that factory over to the reactor. The Reaper's just like, yeah, let's shoot some eggs, man. Those eggs are totally getting owned. So here we go, a couple of Lings coming out, and the Reaper is now on the run. Oh, taking out a worker. Score 1 for the Reaper. Actually killed a worker, which most Reapers just have no chance of doing. So he got it out really, really early in this game. Got it in there and actually took out a worker. It's a very, very nice job. Does manage to get it out eventually. She's going to regen. The Queen goes and starts shooting it in the face. Is going to be running for it. So yeah, any game where you send a Reaper out early on and you actually kill a worker with it, it's rare. I've been casting games for ages and ages, like over a year now. Reapers almost certainly, almost always just come back with no kills. Maybe they kill a couple of Lings, that's it. They almost never kill workers. Anytime you can actually kill a worker, it's a combination of skill and luck. I mean, you need both to be able to kill a worker. It's like going out into the African jungle and killing the white spotted tiger. I mean, you barely ever see them, and when you do see them, they're just as fast as they just run as soon as you can, and you got all the other normal lions chasing you, and it's all sorts of crap. So actually killing the white spotted tiger is so insanely hard, it's not even funny. Here we go. Oh, he's not lifted up these things, and the Lings are chasing him. Will eventually go down, but more Lings are coming in. Iaguz, beware, get your supply depots up. Okay, more Lings are going to come, and eventually they're going to have enough to kill all of your Hellions. It's not going to happen this wave, I don't think. He's sort of holding on. One Hellion is about to die. There we go, there's one Hellion left, but two more are coming out. I think they're coming out anyway. Where did they go? What the hell is he building? He's building Hellions. There we go. I think they killed another Hellion. There we go. Oh man, the Lings going nuts. They're finally getting worn down, but killing a fair amount of workers there. Let's have a look at the tally. So 23 Lings lost, 2 Hellions, 2 Marines, 7 workers. That's not a good number of workers. So the 7 workers just by themselves are equal to 14 Lings. And with the rest of these guys going down, I think Petraeus did a very, very nice job getting in there, doing lots of damage. The Lings are going to continue to roll in, or at least those 2 Lings are. And now that Petraeus has killed all of those workers, he's up 11 over Mr. Iaguz, feeling confident enough to get a third base, although I think he started that quite a while ago, so it's only just finishing right now. And yeah, doing a great job. I actually played a game on this map, I think my ladder game, where I got into like Bronze League or Silver League or something like that, and I won via a base race. So yeah, my army wasn't that good, but I won via a base race, and the guy had, I don't know what he had, but it was awesome. So yeah, I'm kind of dispositioned towards this map somewhat. Oh, the lava is going to get owned. Yeah, but there we go. The queens finally come around. 2 of the fat old queens finally getting their ass over there. Bunch of lings coming out. And yeah, the Hellions coming around. There are a bunch of Hellions over here. What can they potentially do versus all those lings? I do not know, but if we do this, then the camera sort of jigs around a little bit at a time, which is quite interesting. So yeah, look at all those. That's just crazy, man. You know what we need to do? We need to select Petraeus and see how fast his camera moves around. I did this on a Daily Masters, I think a couple of days ago. And yeah, it started to make me sick after a while. So I want to see how much Petraeus does that. He's definitely moving around. Yeah, I don't know what it reminds me of, but it does remind me of something. It's just like, all over the place. Really, really crazy. So yeah. Well, let's see. Iaguz is probably going to be doing the same thing. He's jumping around. He's moving around. He's doing stuff. He's getting everywhere. Yeah, you really can't cast from that point of view. So we're just going to be casting from the normal point of view. So here we go. Overlord getting taken down. Petraeus, however, is going for Mutaling. He's got the Baneling speed. He's got the Ling 1-1 upgrades. He's got the Spy coming down. He's got a bunch of workers. 59 over 49. So Iaguz doing pretty good to keep up with the workers that he's keeping up with. But Petraeus is still ahead, which is exactly where he needs to be. If they were on equal workers right now, then I would say Iaguz is definitely in the lead. But Petraeus is 10 ahead, so goody for him. But he's actually going to be pulling out for more than 10, which is very, very nice. Iaguz continuing to move out. And he does have 51 workers, which is a very decent amount for the 10.5 minute mark. So here we go. Good stuff. Again, Iaguz favouring the Hellions quite heavily. And if he puts them into Hellbats, maybe it could actually take these guys out. But he's preferring to keep the speed going this time. And Petraeus actually thinking about going for a 4th base here, is he? It would not be a bad idea if he did. He's going for a 4th base over there, man. So he's got an easy 5th base when he needs it. But here we go. Iaguz moving out. He's still got a bunch of Hellions. Starting to get the Triple M up. He's nearly got 1-1 finished. Petraeus is already like a quarter of the way through 2-2. So ahead on the upgrades. The muta count is not been started yet, but he's saving up a ton of gas. So I assume mutas are going to come out at some point. But here we go. Bunch of Marines out there. Bunch more. Where he's continuing to produce a ton of stuff. The medevac count is not very high though. Where are all these medevacs? They're boosting their way across. So a couple more medevacs would not be a bad idea. Here he goes. What do we got for Petraeus? 8 Banelings, 12 Lings. He doesn't have a lot of stuff actually to deal with this. So he may be in a little bit of trouble, but these Banelings are doing such a great job, man. Iaguz just totally dropping the ball there. He had, in my opinion, a superior army, but did not split his forces at all. The Banelings, I don't know if the Banelings took him by surprise. He had like at least a second or two to be able to see the Banelings coming in, but he just didn't get them split up in time. So yeah, and those Banelings just absolutely kicked ass all over the place. So Iaguz, I think he definitely had an advantage. He had a very nice army, and if he hadn't lost most of them to those Baneling attacks, I think he would have been in a great position. But he did lose most of them, and now Petraeus, I feel like he's in a great position. Actually, look, wow. Iaguz, man, how the hell did he get that many workers? He has been going absolutely bonkers when it comes to the worker production of this 3rd base. Is he got another base up there or something he's producing off of? I don't know. I just do not know. He's got tons of buildings regardless, but his army is he's doing okay actually. His macro is doing very, very nice. Mutas coming around, so he's building back up as fast as he's losing them. 12 mutas being produced at once. So Iaguz has turned into a macro powerhouse. 2-2, almost about to finish. Petraeus has finished 2-2 on his ground forces and 1 attack on his air forces. So far, Iaguz proving that he has the macro to match up with Petraeus. But with the word is still out on the micro, because after seeing those Baneling hits from before, I am not sure if Iaguz can do it. I mean, if he does some great splits on the next attack, then maybe he can take this game out. But he's going to have to do some very nice splits. Look at these Lings waiting for the main army to come out far enough so they can just run in here and start taking out workers, man. You know this is going to be an awesome double prong attack when it goes up. There we go. Iaguz moving out onto the creep. Petraeus moving in with the Lings. Widowmine's going to be knocking down. The Banelings moving on in. And once again, absolutely just crap all done. No splits at all, man. I understand maybe being a little bit just, you know, the Lings are sort of preoccupying him over here, so his attention's a little bit diverted. But, I mean, come on. There were no splits at all. There was like maybe one split where the army divided in two. But the Banelings just rolled on, killed one half, rolled on, went into the second half, killed that too. So, no splits at all, man. No splits at all from Iaguz. And Petraeus just basically moved his Banelings in and wiped out everything. So, I gotta say, not impressed at all with the Baneling splits from Iaguz right there. It just did not seem... It basically just didn't get it done at all. Just didn't get it done at all. And... I don't know, man. It just didn't seem like Masters level play. I mean, I'm not saying that Iaguz is not a Masters level player, because he is. Like, literally, he's in Masters League, but those Baneling splits, man, I mean, was just not good. Alright, we're going to watch it again, because I may be being overly harsh. So I want to go back, and I'll watch that again, and we're going to see. We're going to slow it down, and what I'm going to do is actually watch on Mr. Iaguz's camera. It's going to be a little bit all over the place, but I want to see what he does with those guys. So, oh man, this is all over the place. Here we go. So his main army's coming out, moving out. He's watching these guys, moving out, seeing the Lings come into his main base, so he's seen them on the mini-map. Can we slow this down? There we go. He's watching the Lings. He's taking care of the Lings. Here we go. The main army's coming out. He moves a little bit, so you can see he's moving the armies down. He sort of got a chunk out of the middle and moved it down. But it just wasn't enough, man. Just wasn't enough, I gotta say. I've seen players a hell of a lot faster than that. And we're talking the best in the world, of course. I'm talking about the best in the world. So maybe it's not fair for me to be comparing Iaguz to the best in the world. But I gotta say, man, there was one split and it didn't work all that well. So I gotta say, I'm not saying he's the best in the world, but I reckon that could have been improved upon, that Baneling split. Anyway, moving on. That is the game right there. Petraeus taking it out with some beautiful Baneling work right there. And Iaguz moving down to the third place matchup. So he's going to be facing Petrify. Petraeus is going to be facing Arthur. And it is going to be awesome. So yeah, stay tuned for those games. I will see you guys then. It's been Harry Muppet. Hope you enjoyed this game.